Hello and welcome to Universal Love Law. Today I wanted to make a video today for you guys. And I had met with a client today and she knows who she is. And I just was inspired to make a video because, that is so important to connect with the people. Just give an update and then I have a message for everyone, okay? So as you guys know, here on Universal Love Law, I am not only a person who likes to use astrology, numerology as a tool. I also am very connected to the divine, okay? And that just means that I'm very aware of things beyond this physical, right? Metaphysical. So everything in life correlates for me through my lens, through my eyes, to the outer realms too, right? I don't think chance is something that is, oh, this just happened for chance or this just happened, out the blue. No, I believe that I come from the school of thought that everything happens for a divine reason. Everything happens on purpose. And they're all probable timelines, right? Everything is a manifestation of as above, so below. And I want to present this information to you guys today so that you can probably empower yourselves with this knowledge, okay? And it will probably help you to clear out some of the shadows within you that may be blocking you from receiving those next step and levels in life that you're trying to accomplish and reach. So me personally, I am non-biased in the realm, in the world of connecting with others, whether it be in the workforce. I'm a Sagittarius sun, ninth house. So working with other cultures and working with other people, maybe I was just born with that energy, but I think it's something that just beyond astrology we can all adapt into our lives, right? This is something you can learn from a ninth house Sag person, right? Where when it comes to the isms in the world, it's what separates us. And as we all know, all is mind, all is mental, okay? So when it comes to source, creator, the God that we all believe in, right, and know to exist, that created duality and dimensions above and below that give us reality and experiences in the physical or non-physical realities, realms of reality that are make-believe, imagination, the depths of however your mind can fathom and ponder. One thing is we are all connected as one. The one is something that is a little complex, but of course with time, age, maturity, it will be revealed to everyone in their time, in due time. But ultimately, I kind of want to touch the fact that we're all one through this video when it comes to the world we're living in today. It's ruled by Saturn, okay? So everybody knows that Earth is ruled by Earth energy, right? It's Taurusan in nature, right? And so the influence of Saturn really is what constructs our 3D matrix, our reality, right? So we have this Capricorn structure, order, time, due process, linear time process, right? These are all Saturn energies. In this world, this matrix that we are in, we see things literally in a way that is a little different than in higher realms, right? This lower dimension, third, fifth dimensional consciousness. We see things and Saturn rules this realm. So we know that Saturn rules compartmentalization, okay? An organization. So we're born with this idea that we are our race, our gender, our identity, our background, our culture, right? But in all actuality, we are all one. That's kind of hard to understand, but the more thought we put into it, we begin to realize that we are separated by these terms and these titles for a reason. not just for control purpose, but ego purpose. On a soul level, it's ego, right? On a third dimensional level, it's power and control, right? But we all identify with our race, our gender, our background, our culture, and that is what literally keeps us divided, especially in this time, this age of Aquarius. So we're in the age where everything's going to be of shock value to us, because the age of Aquarius is going to bring forth that realization through communication, right? And through group effort, that we are all different and unique. And when we bring our unique identities forth, we kind of separate into these subgroups that we all associate ourselves with, whether that be with black power or white supremacy or whatever. There's racism plays a major factor in why us human beings are separate, right? There is religious reasons why we are separate. There is sexism, right? Our gender, right? That we may identify with, or just judge, right? Judgment plays a large role in the separation of the collective as well. So, we have our different isms. That classism, okay? Class is one of the most challenging isms, I feel like, because we judge each other based on our level of expertise, or how much a person makes, or what area you live in. And classism is one of the major power conditionings that we have right now in effect from across the globe, right? There's poor, there's rich, and there has to be a duality and a balance in this 3D matrix. But there are people who are able to rise above the matrix and let go of these separations, right? Because all is mine. If I disconnect from everything that I've been programmed to believe about myself that I am, and realize that we are all one, we are all connected from the same source, then color goes away, culture goes away, race, sexual preference, class, everything goes away. And so that's why this channel will never be built on me judging a person, or me judging this group as we are the black knowledge seekers, and I'm never going to stoop to that level, because it's not a level where I am mentally. I realize that my channel is built on the fact that we are all one, and me being able to present that knowledge to the world opens an invitation for all, okay, who are connected to this. Because as I've shared in the past, race is something the soul chooses. Gender is something the soul chooses. Class is something the soul chooses for a divine purpose. It's no thing, really. In fact, when you die, we will all meet death. That's the only thing certain, is change and death in this realm of reality. When we die, we will definitely realize in that state of spiritual body, not physical body, that and that consciousness, pure consciousness, not ego, right, and identity, that we are all one. We are connected from nature. Everything is alive, everything is rhythm, everything is vibrating, everything is energy, okay? Like attracts like. Opposites attract, in fact, too, right? This is the polarity of life. So when we talk about this channel and what I'm building it on, it's always going to be based on we are all one. Because I try to reach the highest truths on my channel. I try to reach enlightenment in my channel. I don't want to, group us into a group. And I know this is a Saturn-based world, but this channel is to be non-biased, of no ism. So coming over here expecting to have a certain ego stroke because, my perception is encouraging the ones that look like me or came from the same background as me to feel empowered over others. That is something I cannot do. And this is why I show that I have my background of being, ethnic, culturally, and being black, my ancestors, as far as my bloodline, lineage, and the birth order, the birth and rebirth has been Native America from the Americas. We are not all from Africa, all that. And so this is where it gets complex, right? Because there's an aspect of us that is connected through the blood. The blood is a very important energy. But even blood has its groups, right? There's O, there's A, there's B, there's AB, there's positive, negative. So we have all of these different ways to separate ourselves, right? And the ultimate truth behind separation and compartmentalization is just merely perspective and experience. This is the realm we come to experience what it feels like to be an individual with a set of characteristics. But there are people who are enlightened, born. They may not be born enlightened with this, but they may learn this throughout life and be pulled to knowing that we are none of these things. We have so many people who have experienced near-death experiences. If you want to test or challenge my ideologies, just start researching near-death experiences. You'll really understand that there is a similarity across the board from all people who have past the threshold of life and death and we're in the between realms, measuring if they want to come back, is it worth it, or stay in the non-physical realm, or go ascend to the next part of life, right? So I know I get really deep with things. I don't want to confuse people. The topic we're talking about is separation, right? But when it comes to separation, it's not real. It's just a confound that's manifested physically on this plane. So people, this is why there's a level of me that could relate to things only to a degree. And then I can no longer relate because I understand that I am everything and nothing at all. I'm beyond this physical. I am in the physical. So there is a time and a place. There always needs to be balance. There are people who live in realms in their mind consciously that it exists. It's real for them, right? So this is why if you come to this channel, you're not going to see me saying, you're not going to ever see me like, no, I'm preaching for this group of people or this race of people. I am kind of biased when it comes to enlightened people. That's one thing that I am speaking for on behalf of those who are tapped into a consciousness and an awareness that we are all one. A consciousness and an awareness that this structure is divinely created. And yeah, so I just don't cut myself off because so I'll get into my personal life a little bit. Like, I'm a teacher, right? So I teach child-parent interactive classes, and it's a blessing. I'm so humbly grateful for my experience and where the divine has led me. I work with children 0 to 5. I work with multiple age groups, and I also work with parents. The parents never leave the children. I'm not, with the children 24/7. I teach multiple classes in a week, and some are parent classes, some are children classes, and they're always with the parents. And I'm able to have creative freedom. And with that, I reach out to a lot of different races. I'm in California. In the Bay Area. So, I work with all kind of faces, creeds, backgrounds, Indians, Latinos, Africans. There's African people that look Caucasian, but they're not. They are from the continent of Africa. I work with a lot of different faces, and one gift that I have working with my coworkers and just seeing, there's some people that have their consciousness is not aware that we are all one. Sometimes they stick and hold true to their roots, their culture, right? And they think they are that. But me, I've ascended past that awareness, knowing that we are no thing, we are none of this, but we are for the time being. So it's important for us to incorporate our know-how, our ability, and our compassion for humanity to work together to achieve a goal, right? This is a service to the world. We are all here to give service, whether it be for better or for worse. It's really depending on the person and the individual, because there is no right and wrong in the cosmos. Everything is just choices and decisions, and every cause has an effect. Everything you do has a consequence, for better or for worse, right? These are universal laws, right? So when it comes to me, I don't see a race and say, oh, you know, I don't like the way their food smells, or I don't like the way they dress. In fact, when I meet a new family, I'm so I always work with different cultures, right? So I'm always seeing people who immediately judge me, and I don't judge them for judging me, because I know they don't know any better. And I know their awareness is only based on what they are aware of. Not all, but some. And when they judge me, I just allow them for that judgment to stay, and I allow them to feel that. And then I show them that I don't see color. I don't see your race. I don't see your sexual preference. I see a human being with emotions just like me. That's all I see, is a person who has emotions and feelings, right? And thoughts and ideas. And the moment I'm able to get past all the judgments that's made, I'm able to connect with this person on an authentic level. And now we can build whatever it is we're meant to build, whatever aha or enlightenment we're meant to reach together. Because as in life, so in death, when we die, when we're not here anymore, when we go through that life review, not only are we going to understand things from a 360-degree perception, right? A full circle. Meaning, let me make that make sense for you guys. We're going to be able to see not just the acts and deeds that we did to others, the ones that were done to us, and even deeper, we're going to be able to perceive our thoughts that were not known or not shown, that were projected into the environments that we were in, that others were receptive to and felt on a vibrational level, that we may have pushed away certain or pulled towards certain energies that were for us or not for us, based on our mind and the way we think. So this is what it means to have a Christ-like consciousness. This is the Christ consciousness they speak of. Being able to see past any bias, any ism, racism, classism, sexism, racism. I said that twice. That's a prominent one, but you know what I mean. So we are none of this. When we're able to connect with others on an authentic level, we'll be able to see that we are none of this. And we'll remember that, that's why once you know something, you can't go back, right? So I've been enlightened with awareness and conscious that, I have free will, just like you do, right? We all have free will. I could go against what has been shown to me and just choose to play dumb or to restrict myself from growth. But that will only have a negative consequence or karma, right? Because I'm rejecting the truth that is in my soul, right? So there's no way I could do that. At times I do it because I'm human and I have the free will to. And God understands that. My ancestors, my guides, my angels understand that if I want to reject being righteous at this moment and I want to act in my lower nature, I have free will to do that, right? But I have to do it in balance, or I will see turmoil manifest in my life. So we have to hold ourselves accountable, because everything is merely a manifestation of what we created mentally, physically, emotionally. Nothing happens for chance. Everything happens for the divine reason. So this kind of gets me back to what I was talking about earlier today. The person I mentioned earlier today. Hopefully she knows who she is. I met with her and we had an awesome time. And she encouraged me, not even knowing, to just get back on here and like really take this study group like serious, because I know that it's in my purpose and my calling. But everything happens in time. I honestly, I want to develop maybe I'm overthinking it. I need to just start it, but I don't want to just start it. I want the study group to be powerful, right? I want it to impact the people I work with intentionally, right? So, and me getting trainings, me working in the field of teaching already, right? Where I have to do a lot of training. There's certain things you have to have certification for in order to, you know, facilitate certain groups and things. So me having this knowledge of expertise already, being able to create a curriculum, if not a curriculum, a foundation that will allow myself to facilitate a kind of flow for the group is something that I have to take a look at. And even just brainstorming, right? Like a introduction, icebreaker, topics, focus points, all of those things. So there's that aspect of the creation of this group, and then there's the technical aspect of it that I have to also, put time into, invest in, invest in myself, invest in this group. So, and right now it will be at no cost to anyone because this is the first group. And so I already have multiple people that have reached out to me in my inbox. I do not forget anybody. So I will eventually be able to send that group text out and say, hey, we're starting this study group and let's get it. Let's do it. But I want it to be right, on my end. We're gonna make it happen. But yeah, I think I'm blabbering now. I just wanted to make that known, we're separated so much, but in the higher order we're not separate at all. Another thing too, as above so below. So everything we see here in this realm, from litigation, politics, law, authority, things we see in the world happening, as above so below. There are realms of hell, there are realms of heaven. There are realms where ignorance is bliss, not knowing, not caring, not feeling, not wanting. The only thing you live in is unconditional love. Like, that is a real realm where you feel as though you can live there for eternity, right? There's a realm where we meet our maker, we meet our family, our original family, our soul family. We're with those, and it's a sensation, it's sensual, it's not physical, right? Physicality in this dense realm that we drop down into, we feel things through the lens of our senses. Imagine being born without one of those, without the ability to see, without the ability of hearing, without the ability of tasting, without the ability to touch and feel things. Disability, right? One must understand this realm is complex, and so the soul chooses what it chooses that will give you the experience. So this is why people like me are not meant for everyone, because I'm going to push into a person's reality that we are no thing, but we are all things. So when it's time to play the game, right, of life, and feel this physical body and feel the emotions, this kind of makes me reference the Kabbalah. The Kabbalistic tree of life is something I'm going to base my study group on, right? All the way from Kether to Malkuth, which is the physical to the heavens, right? It's important to have your consciousness, not all people, but, people who are spiritual leaders, to have their insight propelled to higher dimensions and realms, understanding things beyond the physical, right? requires you to have a mind in the heavens and your feet planted firmly in the earth, firmly in the root, in this body, right, of earth. And it's beautiful when you're able to transcend past physical reality, because especially for those who need answers, especially for those who just don't understand why life is the way it is and why we, you know, that's why, it's so important to be able to have something to hold on to. And this is why spiritual enlightenment is now. We're in the age of Aquarius, where we need more teachers that value all religions, right? And respect them with integrity, but also is able to take the separation confounds off and to group us into one whole collective, one, all, because we are. Any teacher that is able to teach from a perspective that we are all one is someone that I would prefer to move towards, I gravitate towards. Even if some things about them may be jaded. Like myself, I'm not perfect. Trust me, you just don't know me. There are control issues that I have. There are fears that I have, Ultimately, I'm a good person. But I always tell people, you don't just trust anybody. I would definitely trust myself with children, adults, anybody. You could trust me with money. At the same time, there's a level of me that I'm still working on as far as like my own insecurities and depths, like I feel like when it comes to the physical, I've kind of learned the way karma works in that way, and just getting over in life is not something that my heart desires to learn those lessons. That's why I don't judge those who do. In fact, they run right by me because I don't attract those type of people. I don't attract people who are in it to get over on each other, because my war isn't that kind of war. My war is more spiritual. So, what I'm here to learn, and I know this is my soul choosing, is, I'm here to learn how to balance out my inner turmoil and do shadow work. Like, that's why I keep coming back here. I learned through others, though. I learned through the group. And I'm just divinely connected to source, and I won't risk losing that for anything. No treasures of this world. Nothing in this world, like nothing, not even a person, not even my children, not even my mother or father, nobody. Like and I know that sounds so cutthroat, right? But what I'm saying is, I will lose it all in this physical, because I know none of this can come with me. And I came here alone. And I know everything is temporary. If I were to lose the one closest to me, it would hurt, because I do have emotions. But I understand what comes with that. And I also understand that, I understand loss at a very young age. I'm an 8th house stellium. So losing in crisis was not foreign to me. And so, yeah, my Aunt Fifi, who raised me, I was snatched away from her when I was young and placed in a home where it was crazy, drug use, all kind of things, shady things. I'm a 4th house Gemini, so, Gemini 4th house, so it was a lot of shit going on that I peeped, and I had to learn. My soul chose that, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, but I learned so much in those experiences. But I feel like most importantly, I was able to learn how to identify who I was through these experiences and detach from everything physical or what I known to be secure. Like, losing everything was a lesson for me to learn, and now I'm detached from everything, and I'm attached, but I have a fine line. It's a very fine line, because I'm so in tune with this life being a fucking blink of an eye. Like, this life is short as fuck. Like, it's nothing new under the sun. It's a reason why we were hearing this from like older people. Like, life is short. So, you know, and it is. So we've done this over and over 1,000 times. I remember an atheist told me this when I was in my early years of college, um, for early childhood development. I was taking a course outside of my, you know, studies, and it was like a English class, and he had said it sparked. I never forgot. He was like, I'm an atheist in class, and he announced that to the group, and everybody was like, ooh, like, oh my God, we're not gonna talk to him. And I was just like, I wonder why his mind thinks that way. And I asked him on the way out of class that day, and he was like, he was not trying to talk to me. He was just a different person. But the what he said was, I've lived and died 1,000 times, and just walked off. And I didn't understood that, but now I understand, and I wish I could see where he is now and see where his mind is, because I know that, but that never left me, and it's true. All truthers are but half truths. So, you know, even if it's true to him, it could be false to another because their lens doesn't see that, right? But I know there is a order above this realm that isn't dual. There's a universal law that doesn't operate in the confines of duality. And that is the fact that reincarnation cycles are ultimate truth. Um, and so, yeah, but I think I'm blabbering, and I gotta go look at this venue. So yeah, I hope you're having a good day wherever you are. Definitely will be seeing more of me and more topics like this, because yeah, I feel like I definitely need to get back on camera. I don't know what's been going on with me for me to not, I don't know, feel that motivation. But I think just working with the client I worked today would really inspire me. So shout out to you. You know who you are. And yeah, I'm so excited. I'm happy to start this study group next year. If you're watching this now, okay, study group already. And it's like a few months from now, of course, study group already happened. But study group is happening 2023, and we're gonna get it in. All right, peace.